Hello Brawlers and welcome to my review of episode 38 of Armored Alliance. I'm Haru Ren. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of Armored Alliance episode 38. The first part is Nightmare. Dan is having dreams of himself and Drago destroying the world, and this causes him to have sleep deprivation.
Nightmares, huh?
Because of them, I'm not feeling so hot. I even flunked a test at school.
But that's normal for you.
Oh, burn. Dan sleeps again, but is having the same nightmares and even worse than before, though it's not without its hilarity. You know, this is actually a neat kind of character work to fit into the story. See, nightmares are usually a manifestation of our inner fears, emotions, experiences, or thoughts projected in our sleep. Dan consistently having these nightmares of himself being evil and destroying the world is probably what he fears the most about himself. If this episode has a deep meaning behind it, it's that Dan is really not afraid of Havoc or whatever threat that may come to the world. The only person he truly is afraid of is himself. And this is a huge contrast to the huge ego-confident character that we're used to seeing. I mean, look at the last season when Dan was infected with a V-virus. He's afraid of his own abilities and mind will be controlled to serve Tico, and he will be the one to cause the end of Vestroya. So, truly a beautiful piece of subtle storytelling and character work here. I gotta give them credit for this. Oh, and it turns out Havoc is in Dan's nightmare and they brawl using dream rules where everything goes. And you know what's really funny? This scene right here.
Yes! Huh?
Aside from the Fangzor X Mantanoid being indestructible, you'll notice the music reverses and continues when Fangzor X Mantanoid comes back to life. Well, that loop-de-loop is because Havoc also has the power to go into people's dream and influence them to his liking, even having the power to make what happens in dreams happen in real life. Oh, come on! He uses the same techniques as Jigsaw, he has the dark side of the Force like Darth Sidious, he flies around with an umbrella like Mary Poppins, shapeshifts like a Skrull, now he's infiltrating dreams and terrorizing people like Freddy Krueger! This episode should have been called A Nightmare on Brawl Street. Or whatever street Dan lives on. Though Havoc explains his power and his purposes to Dan, this really makes Havoc comes off as a really one-dimensional villain. Havoc just goes around causing chaos for the sake of chaos and that's it. He doesn't say why or how he got his powers or anything. He just has crazy powers and uses them to satisfy his destruction fetish, and that's really it. And because Dan loses confidence in himself due to not being able to beat Havoc since he has powers, Dan loses and Havoc takes control of him, fulfilling the prophetic nightmares Dan has been having. The next part continues on with Bad Dan, where Dan is acting up due to being under Havoc's control. Okay, so we actually get to see the fallout of what happens when Dan is under control and what happened in the last episode.
I'll be keeping this until you learn to behave. Do you understand?
There's buttons on the TV to operate it. Taking the remote with you won't do anything. So Dan corrupts Drago and attacks Ajit, causing the Awesome Brawlers to try and stop him. And despite Drago and the other Bakugan being defeated, Dan rolls them out again to make them fight. This reveals that doing that actually risks the Bakugan's lifeline. Now we're just leaning close to being dark here. That I'm getting flashbacks to the Doom Dimension.
A Bakugan can never return from the Doom Dimension. There we meet our eternal demise.
In a last-ditch effort, the Awesome Brawlers try to attack Dan, but Dan flies away as the episode ends on a cliffhanger. So that was Armored Alliance episode 38. Let me know what your rating of the show was in the comments down below. I actually really enjoyed this episode. There was a major subtle character work being done here, and to make it even better, this actually is continuing in the next episode. Though a small nitpick here is that Havoc ousted himself as a seemingly one-dimensional villain. Watching the evil side of Dan pushing his Bakugan to even brink of death while attacking the Awesome Brawlers was actually a little heartbreaking. Not fully, though I still thought it was great by Bakugan standards though. I still at least felt something, so I'll give it that. The action was really great and chaotic. Jonah Weinberg actually puts on a very over-the-top evil Dan performance that made it extremely satisfying to watch. The dream episode I thought was a pretty important episode and had the most discussion coming out of it. You all heard my interpretation of that episode where the thing Dan truly fears is his own abilities being used to destroy, but if you think there are other meanings that you saw watching it, let me know in the comments along with your own score. But this episode overall, I'm giving the highest Bakutastic. Thank you for watching this review of Armored Alliance. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, and thank God for Rapid Fire. Bye!